Hi everybody, today I'm making my chicken lettuce cups. I'm going to be using ground chicken, not the ground chicken breast. I find it just a little dry, so I like to use just the regular ground chicken meat, but you can use breast meat if you want. I've also got garlic, my whole clove, some green onion or scallions, whatever you want to call it, some fresh, semi-fresh ginger, and also shiitake mushrooms. I've done this before, bean sprouts. If you want to add that, that's a great addition. So I went ahead and rough chopped my mushrooms. I've minced my garlic cloves, maybe about 3. We like our garlic. And about 3 scallions. I've separated the white from the green part, which I'm using the green part later for the dip. I've got my salt and pepper. I'm using olive oil. I don't have the good stuff yet, so here we are again using this up. Soy sauce and sesame oil. Now I'm making for Joanna and she does not like the mushrooms, so I'm going to head and have 2 pans. I'm going to start with the sesame oil in both, just to give it a nice flavor, and it also is adding a little bit of fat to the chicken because it does tend to get dry even with the dark meat added to it, so I want to use a good amount. This pan is just going to be my mushrooms, which I'm going to add back to the chicken after I take out Joanna's portion. Also going to use regular olive oil because we need a little bit more, not too much more. And we're going to start the engine and wait till they heat up to add the ingredients. I actually decided to add my garlic to the oil before it heated up so that as it heats up, it'll infuse the garlic better into the oil. And also, I don't want my garlic to brown too quickly before I get to add the other ingredients. Okay, I have my oil nice and hot, so I added the scallions, just the white part, and now I'm going to be adding some ginger and just let that sit for a little bit. In the other pan, I'm going to go ahead and add my mushrooms to get them going so we can start getting them nice and soft and ready to add to the chicken. There's not much you really have to do to them, except I am going to add some salt and pepper. So it looks like as they're starting to brown and soften a little bit, I think we can go ahead and add the chicken. So here we go. We've put the chicken breast in. Now we're just going to work it like you would any chopped meat and make sure that you cook it until it is completely cooked. I did go ahead at this point, add some salt and pepper to layer the seasoning some more. And you see I'm still working the chicken. Make sure that all the ingredients get incorporated throughout while the chicken is cooking. Now it looks like my mushrooms are just about ready. So the only thing I'm going to do is just let it sit a little bit longer. And I'm going to add some of the same ingredients that I'm using for the chicken. So I've got some soy sauce. I don't want to use a lot, but just enough to moisten them and incorporate the flavor. And now I can let this sit and some of the liquid evaporate while the chicken is simultaneously cooking. Okay, when my mushrooms are done, I'm actually going to shut the heat. We'll put it down to 1 and let that sit just so it stays nice and warm while I finish up the chicken. Now my chicken is done cooking, but as you can see, there's a lot of liquid in the pan. So I'm going to go ahead and drain that. And now, after I do that, I can add soy sauce. Not too much, but enough that all the chicken gets some of it. So it gives it a really nice flavor. Once it's done cooking, I took out the portion Joanna's eating, so now I can go ahead and add my mushrooms. Of course, you don't have to do it this way if everyone that you're making it for eats all the ingredients you're putting in, but this is just what I had to do today. To make my dip, I'm going to use soy sauce as my base, making for John and I, so here we go. Next, I'm going to be using some garlic powder so I don't have to mince up some regular garlic and just cut down on the bite from the fresh garlic. Anyhow, a little bit of sesame oil in each, not a lot, just a couple drops for the flavor. I'm going to be adding my fresh ginger. So as you can see, it's the same flavoring that's in the chicken, actually. Except I am going to add something extra, which is this hot sauce that John bought online it's very tasty. But a little bit does go a long way, so I'm just doing a few drops. Of course, John will get a few drops more than I will get, which is just like 1 or 2. The last thing I'm going to add for the dipping sauce is that green part of the scallion. Here's what Joanna's dish looks like. Voila! And for ours, I put some chicken on the plate, and now I got to add the lettuce, which I like to use Boston lettuce. It's the perfect cup shape for this dish. And here we go. We have finished the meal, and this is what it looks like. Voila! Enjoy!